Hey, welcome back to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, and trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so you can easily choose the best watch for yourself in the comfort of your own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online, and if you'd like to know the price, simply click on the links in the description below. We greatly appreciate if you'd purchase your next watch from us at JazzTime.com. Today we'll be talking about an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak in 39mm with a black dial, rose gold construction with a leather strap. Reference number 15300OR.0.OO.D002CR.01. Now, this is a long discontinued model, as if you were to try to find this on the website, you simply wouldn't be able to. But we can certainly get one for you at jazztime.com. Now, we'll be talking about the case, the dial, the bezel, the crown functions, the strap, as well as the movement, and I'll be giving you my thoughts on all of these, including the wearing experience toward the end of the video. Alright, now starting off with the case, we have a 39mm case in diameter from finger to thumb. That's the 10-4 position or the 2-8, basically the same. Okay, it has a thickness of 9.4mm and water resistance of 50 meters. So I wouldn't really take this further than surface swimmable. It does have the sapphire glare-proof sapphire crystal on the front as well as on the back. And just so you know that this is an F serial made in 2006, so this model, this particular model at least, is 15 years old as of the making of this video. All right, so certainly an old and a bit, well, I wouldn't say entirely outdated, because it does have that black tapisserie dial. It doesn't have that sunray sort of effect as you would see in newer models with the sort of like a guilloche patterning on those raised tiles, but it still has that very distinctive Royal Oak look. And speaking of the distinctive Royal Oak look, we have this brush finish going from top to bottom on this case with an equally, same sort of lateral brush finishing on the sides here on the case, both the 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock sides, with high polish on this tiny, tiny little bevel on the corners of this case here, as you can see. Same with the case back. We also have this concentric circle sort of finish that you can see on this satin brush finishing, with the hallmarks fully intact as well. 15-year-old watch, fully intact. All right, that's how we do here at Jazz Time. Now, looking at this bezel here, we also have the same general presentation, vertical brush finishing with a high polish on that first bevel. All right, going all the way around, and as is distinctive with any Audemars Piguet Royal Oak model, we also have these hexagonal screws, 8 of them in total, with the sort of slots facing each other, so that you have that that sort of gestalt visual perception principle there of closure, where you have all of these lined up and sort of creating and finishing out this circular pattern without actually having to connect with each other. All right, and taking a look at all of this together, it works very, very nicely, especially with this black dial. And speaking of this dial, we have the black dial, the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak on a 39mm case with a black dial. Again, a grand tapisserie overall finish on that dial. Now, there's no guilloche patterning here, but it's probably not something that you would miss given the legacy of this watch. And considering how all of this is laid out, we have a date aperture at the 3 o'clock position, no index marker there, and no index markers at the 12 o'clock, because the Audemars Piguet logo, the AP logo, the letter form portion at least, takes up the 12 o'clock position, whereas on the newer models, the 15400 and 15500, the logo is sort of brought back together, because here it sort of has this somewhat awkward separation of the letter form from the word mark portions of the logo. Not that that's a huge issue, because I do like that the AP is perfectly in line with these index markers at the top. Again, all of this is an 18-karat rose gold, including all of these applied index markers with that AP logo as well. Royal Oak hands to finish it out with a sort of quill type of seconds hand. All right, now taking a look at the functions here, works as you would expect. Simply unwind the crown at the first position to the first position. This allows you to wind the watch, so if you're at a dead stop, maybe like 20 to 30 full ones is all you really need to get up to the full power reserve. Rather simple there. Pull out to the next position, and you can actually advance the date by 1. It's somewhere between a quarter turn and a half turn, so let's say a third of a turn to advance the date by 1. So if you are at the end of a month, you can very easily just switch over, and if you're on like the 30th of the month and tomorrow's the 1st of the next month, you can just flip it once and you'll be ready to go once the 1st comes around. All right, now keep in mind that when you pull out the crown to the final position, the seconds hand actually does stop. So you can set the minute hand precisely wherever it needs to go. And here is another excellent design decision from Audemars Piguet, is these tiny minute and second track on the periphery of this dial. Very incredibly low on the visual hierarchy scale. I bet you didn't even notice that they were there. Maybe like 50% of you didn't even notice that they were there, but they're there when you need them, but they sort of just sink into the rest of the patterning, this Grand Tapisserie patterning, sort of, along with the index hour marks. So, you know, they're not too demanding when it comes to attention, all right? But they're certainly there when you need them, and very importantly so. All right, now what makes all of this work? It is the self-winding caliber 3120. All right, as you can see through this exhibition case back, all right, with this sapphire crystal covering it right there. All right, so we also have the center hour minutes and center seconds with the date. That's basically all the functions that this has. All right, it has a self-winding mechanism, this 22 karat winding rotor with the Audemars and Piguet coat of arms, as you can see on there. All right, it also has a diameter of 26.6 millimeters and beats at a frequency of 21,600 vibrations per hour. All right, and it also has a power reserve of 60 hours, 40 joules, and a total number of 280 parts. Quite impressive for quite a very good timekeeper of a timekeeping watch. All right, now taking a look at the framing here of this watch, we have this brown leather alligator strap here, all right, with matching brown stitching all the way down. Nice large scales closer to the case, and as you get closer to the clasp here, the scales get much smaller, all right? So very interesting there, along with a gradual taper all the way down. We also have these sizing loops, all right? And keep in mind that this is not necessarily a brand new watch, but it has been kept in excellent condition, although it has been, you know, sort of stored in a state where the sizing hole was placed somewhere outside of the farthest position, all right? But not that that's an issue, because, well, this is an Audemars Piguet watch, and anyone who is experienced with Audemars Piguet will know that if you simply breathe on it, it will get scratches. So, complete with my fingerprints right there, we have a nice high polish on the Audemars Piguet, the full wordmark logo on this clasp here. We have a couple minder loops when you need them, okay? And a very nice sort of a pin system here. Let's see if I can actually take this out nicely here. All right, and there you go. There's the pin that would typically go through the sizing. All right, now I'm just going to take a stab. I'll just put it back where it was. Okay, and while we're here, I can try it on for you, give you my thoughts as to how it wears on the wrist. Now, this is sort of a weird one where you would typically sort of clasp at the bottom last, but on these older style models, you would have to grab the loop from the top and then clasp downward. Okay, so be very careful of this potential pinching point, but I haven't had any issues with it so far. All right, now at 39 millimeters on this case, very big on my wrist. It's almost like the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Jumbo of the modern day era, where the lugs just sort of hang over the edge of my wrist. Not that I'm complaining at all, because I do get extra breathability underneath this leather bracelet, because the leather strap does not actually affords the least amount of breathability when compared to all the other straps, and especially the Royal Oak bracelet. But taking a look at how it looks on the wrist though, I do actually like the presentation of this leather strap versus the very bright rose gold with the very dark pattern of this dial. This sort of alternating color scheme here makes it a very interesting, distinctive presentation here. Makes it very easy to read. And when it comes to the presentation, the overall look is basically what sells this watch to me. The weight, incredibly light. The counterweight of the strap versus the case, not as much as what you would feel in the case, but again, at 39 millimeters, all of this in a solid rose gold construction makes this for an incredibly light wear somehow, and Audemars Piguet really hit it out of the park with this one. Alright, so that's all I have to say about this. What do you guys think about this watch? Let us know down in the comments below what you think about this Audemars Piguet Royal Oak 15300OR in rose gold, black Grand Tapisserie dial. Let's get you in focus there. Alright, be sure to leave a like as it helps the channel out. Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you can be notified when we go live with another video like this one. And as always, if you'd like to purchase this watch or any other watch, discontinued like this one, or even the newer models, the 154 or 15500 ORs, be sure to visit our website at jazztime.com. Links in the description below, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.